The second relationship myth that I want to address is the one that looks pretty innocuous on the surface, and we've all heard it before, and we think, oh yeah, it's true, and it's no big deal. It's the one that goes, yeah, the breakup was mutual. Anytime I hear that fucking line from someone, I say, no, it wasn't. They say, no, really, it was, man. I say, come on, let me ask you this question. Whose breakup was it really? No, it was really mutual. Really, there wasn't one person who was sort of pushing for it more. It's one person who was sort of nudging it along, one person who actually brought it up and persisted in it. Almost invariably, of course there are exceptions, almost invariably there's one person who's pushing for it. And you think, yeah, well, big deal, what does that matter? Is it really that big a deal? You're goddamn right it is. Why? Because when we say it's mutual, what we're saying is two people agreed to it. Two people wanted it, and two people agreed to it. And that's great if I'm the person breaking up with you. If I can talk you into thinking that you actually fucking wanted this, when somewhere in you, you know you don't, what does it do for me? It makes me look like the fucking good guy, right? Oh, it was kumbaya, namaste, we all fucking did it. No, I basically talked you into what I fucking wanted, and I actually made you go along with it and think that you actually fucking wanted it. It makes me look good. Versus my saying, I want to break up and yeah, this is mine. Now I look like the fucking bad guy, quote unquote, right? In my own head, which is the worst, and maybe to that other person, and maybe to friends and family. And that's a tough burden to carry for some people. I don't want to look bad. So I'm going to use my powers of coercion and the power I have over the person. And in all likelihood, in a lot of cases, if you're the one breaking up, you probably do have some power over that person, all right? And so you maybe convince them that it is mutual when it's not. And so you're lying to protect yourself at the expense of this person. You're making it look namaste and kumbaya when it fucking ain't. Now, if you're this person, the pain of saying it's mutual when it wasn't, when you didn't fucking want it, is you're lying, which means you're doing it to protect that person, or maybe in hopes of getting that person back, or you're feeling very weak and can't fight it. But the bottom line is you can never address your own real shit, specifically the sorrow over the end of the relationship, the death of that dream that was that relationship. You can never address your real shit if you're pretending to agree with it, if you're pretending that you wanted it when you didn't fucking want it. You have to look at your fucking truth. That's the only way you're gonna get the pain and the fears and the bullshit beliefs you've been taught about yourself. The only way you're ever gonna get that shit out of you. So that all of us playing kumbaya, namaste, it's mutual, it's fucking bullshit. Again, there are exceptions. But the sooner you begin to admit the truth of what really happened, the sooner you can begin to live authentically and get your fucking pain out and finally move on to great relationships. Have a kick-ass day.